As we get into this quarterfinal, I am excited because these teams, they have a history trading blows at international events, one in a BO5. More recently though, with this roster, most importantly for PaperX, they were the ones to take that W.
And already, he's going to be the man taking contact, pushing right up towards these players. And actually, it's Patman and Divide. They are just taking these raw battles initially, and it is a slaughter! Round number 1 looking over already, and it will be flawless for PaperX.
Well, it looked like Sentinels going in the right direction. They had the troops for an immediate battle, but for Sentinels, you can brush it off. A pistol loss, the way that it went down, maybe not so much. One man swinging in for so many beautiful stuff from Divide. And he's a player you don't want to see the fire lit under early on. And that annoying smoke. I've seen it cause many problems here on Icebox, but something staying aggressive with Patman by his side presents danger, and Narrate goes running right into it. The smoke that goes down in mid here, usually going to be blocking out a... Oh my goodness, the orb was up! Something's just picked seconds straight through it. Of all the rounds to come in with a play like this, Sentinels just investing their economy. They wanted to try to cause some questions on middle, smoke off a turret. Well, 5v3, a big, major uphill battle for the attackers now.
And because of this, a bit more passive from the majority, only really Forsaken in an aggressive position. But need to be cleared, has the support of Divine. Zelsis maybe caught sleeping to the wheel, wasn't expecting to be swung from there. The paranoia goes to deal with him and doesn't manage to find a single kill. The only one where any damage has been done is where there was so much advantage in weaponry for PaperX.
That is a ridiculous stat line to look at, for Sentinels at least. They did only have the Stingers in the previous. The way they lost those fights, maybe they're not going to be too happy with. They haven't cleared out that smoke before. Okay. Now Jing will be dealt with at least. Maybe expecting the op to be here as they invade the smoke and play back, but it's still 2 rifles in play. Now, the element of surprise there for Divide, but he's being spotted by the drone. Nice shot, but he won't get out unscathed.
This definitely makes things a little bit tougher. Forsaken is in position. The push up on the flank has already been happening, but Forsaken, realizing they're not planting, he's got to be very careful. He's already being flanked on Narrate with another high impact round. He has nearly all of the kills for Sentinels thus far. But they still have 1 man to deal with. Narrate desperately low, but with the operator, it may not make a difference. And with this split of players, this is going to be very difficult for something to break.
Especially with the wall staying up for so long. He has no idea where these players can be, and a wraparound for Narrate grabs a 4th. He was the one putting up most of the deaths so far for PaperX.
John QT, though, looking to take space. Patman under pressure.
Zelsis already tagged up. Patman, surrounded here. He will finish Zelsis off. It's a headshot, so doesn't even matter about the damage done earlier. The drop down of 1 player, but they don't know Forsaken and filled in the extra space. What? Patman, even on 36, is able for another, but a sneak coming up. He's got 1 more. The tube leaves Bang with an opportunity. Unfortunately, it's an opportunity to put a 1v5 on the board. He finds his first, but look at the firing squad awaiting this swing. Isolates the first battle, but then he is dealt with immediately in PaperX 5-1, an immediate response to that round win from Sentinels, more so from Narrate.
Well, we've already seen it. They just won the last event.
Yeah. They lift trophies.
That's all you really need to know. Something, guess what? He's making the same push once again, and guess what? He's found the opener once again. It's that same angle. They're putting the smoke, or they have been, to deny him that space. At least if he's playing up above. But he's just not been playing up above. He's been happy to push and pressure. Now at least they have managed to get an additional orb for second. They can try and utilize that Bladestorm, but something is not shying away from this fight.
And there's the danger!
No
he
way.
Wins it! 25 HP, no! Almost got another! And even then, that's numbers equalized and then extended with Patman showing up yet again. Zelsis and Narrate have to fight their way back in. Narrate's been so reliable so far. But even still, he's down to 30 HP. Patman's still drawing breath. That orb puts him to 1, not much of a difference made. And with Divide falling though, there is a real chance for Sentinels to bounce back in this unlikely round. It falls to Patman in the 1v1. He has enough bullets, and he finds Zelsis just in time. This one, much closer, much better from Sentinels coming out of the pause, but not quite enough.
Very well played from Patman. Now even the ultimate's online for either side. We're back. Patman, under pressure this time. They managed to deal with one of the menaces, but of course, there's still 4 more.
Forsaken.
Where is he going?
On that A side. This is not going to be expected. But Sentinel goes back and clears his angles correctly. He's going to feel like he's been handed.
That's the B side open.
That was a 4v4, and he's solo defending B side. Now that's forced the A push out. Sentinel's punishing it, and this is, I guess, the danger for PaperX when they feel confident. The overheat, it always feels like it's just a chicane away, and that corner has been rounded.
Alrighty. Leaving it down to just 1. It still seems like they're questioning where to go. Orb up, but it's a nice shot from Narate, continuing at least his individual form. Another 3K to bring them around, but yeah. That's the idea. It's definitely something PaperX are aware of, though. The spam through the orb has done a lot of damage, and well, it's only going to get worse. Nice trade, though, from Bang. Will at least keep things even, and more importantly, give them a little bit of extra space to play with. Devi is trying to cover that lockdown use to try and force Patman out of the pit, but they still have to deal with the rest of the players. Another trade, but they are having to try and walk through this, and Patman has just fallen back, way to go the corner. As said, his read, his placement on where opponents have been has been bang on every single time. And even making the realization of where Narate is going to be. These have been the 2 players to watch, and Narate will come out on top. 25 seconds left, though. He's being flanked. Also, the cross being held by the operator. It's not going to be easy for him, but he still expects it. Playing fantastically well, but this time he can't win the fight versus Jing. It does feel like at times a one-man show, and unfortunately this time Narate couldn't drag it over the line. He's having a great game. Guess where he is? But they've guessed. They put the drone in to get rid of him. Yeah, or at least try.
Burn that utility early to get rid. You said Narate, it's still true. He's got more kills than the rest of the team.
That spam almost killed Zelsis, by the way.
It's not the first time either. He's been caught a couple of times on the cross on mid, now on the B side. Out goes the op shot, doesn't land. Devi goes down, Blade Storm activated, and that doesn't hit either. This has got to be the best chance that Sentinels have had, but they still haven't dealt with Patman. He's been so good when the pressure is put on him. Ooh. But it looks like we might have a little change in direction. The A side wide open.
That's a good call if they do fall back.
The ode to spam back through, but Forsaken would need to get out. He's been in aggressive positions, hiding in corners, now out in the open. They're pressuring. Nice. Zekin lands it. Beautifully done, as the A side is now theirs. The pick can go down for Bang. And with 12 seconds left, it's more than enough to get this plant in. Nothing that PaperX can hope to do to deny. And fighting back into that pit, I mean, you saw the struggles Sentinels had over towards the B site, dealing with Patman. Paranoia doesn't even land. Zekin should be free. Oh, he's been deleted! Patman, luckily, is put in the grave right afterwards.
Oh, it's been a rough day at the office, hasn't it? Jing, it's not really any opportunity for him to take it, so it will at least be a curse. Devi mentioned it on day 1, he'd love a 9-3 just to get the curse on his side, but, well, 9-3 domination, that's what we've had in half number 1. We'll see if Sen can bring it back after the break. Maybe they can get something started here. The positives, Narate was the highest ACS player in that first half. It was one of the main reasons they even delivered the 3 rounds they did, is Zelsis to look for that early fight. It's not pretty at all, and Devi again! His sheriff's in the pistol rounds. It was 3 in the last. Well, he's already got 2/3 of that.
I'll tell you what, with what he said about BBL, I think they'll be pretty happy watching this spot back. For Sentinels, it's a shaky start, but it's not over just yet. The pistol round will give them so much more hope. That's an audacious play. Narate's been good, but only one to be found. Damage done. But a lot of that is decay, and it comes right back online. Something healthy, Forsaken swinging, and it's left onto Zekin. A sheriff in hand, but that will give him a one-shot body shot on something. Everyone else, especially for him to have a chance of the 1v3, he'll need to be clean and precise. Shots to the head.
I think he heard the steps. He at least knows there's a player towards spawn, so he's going to go looking. It's not pretty, though. That needed to be a lot cleaner if he was going to have a chance in that clutch, and it was anything but. If he can even give an extra pick here, it would be nice. This time there was 3 rifles online for the side of PaperX. The problem is, they're so far ahead that we're talking more about round wins rather than, okay, can you do some damage?
They might be in with a shot here. Already put it down to what was a 5v3. Jing lands one, but now the players will start coming out of heaven. Jing with another, as blinded up as he is. He's not being dealt with. Still drawing breath, leaves it onto something. Spike up top, and look at the wraparound. Great reposition. I don't think they'll expect this, thinking he's still behind that wall. Bang. He's cast an eye in the right direction, but he's looking away as something rounds the corner, and he doesn't expect that defuse to be stuck. He's now confirmed it isn't, and he will just play with the time. Easy peasy for Paper X now, with 11 rounds on the board. It looks like this map won't be on for much longer. Patman's just waiting. Looks like John QT's gonna give him the fight, but they'll give him the shot to the head as well. Returning lead in the other direction, and Paper X, they lose that opening duel. It is damn close. John QT was on 0 shields, as the regens, was on 5 HP. Needs Zelsis to hold strong or at least buy time, and that's exactly what the Nanos do.
Well, maybe the turret has been revealed. Zelsis, however, has not. Still sat in the corner, and the swing alongside his teammate have given them another man advantage. Forsaken will turn the tide, but they're being flanked on. They managed to get past that turret, and it seems like Devi is completely unaware that they have lost that much control, though he is having a little look, not seeing the players. That will be the moment, though. Bang, managing to take one down. Devi needs to do well here. Jing has gone alongside him. And now Bang is all that's left, but Devi, with players in front of him, just seems to decimate. I rate Kaplan, but this might be a bridge too far. Especially with the weaponry not being the best. They've spotted at least one player, and already it's not looking good. The raid gone, Bang gone. Maybe Kaplan said just lose at this point. Move on to the next map. Oh, getting slammed! It is style points for Paper X. Wow. Zelsis and Timmy. Why is Patman still watching this? Why does he know that he's still there? 13-3, Paper X have put on a clinic in map number 1. And well, it was their choice at least, but they need a serious reset in the Sentinels camp. In their own map and in their own choice. We've seen them play again at Masters, where they had a very good performance versus the likes of Fnatic, XOG, BLG, but they've definitely had some blips here, like losing to XOG earlier in the tournament. But as I said on the last map, they normally learn from those sort of mistakes. It wasn't the case there, and I do think that a lot of it comes down to just getting those players online. Like, we know what we normally expect to see from someone like Zek and what we normally expect to see from Bang.
Tends to be the case. Get your priority zone down and lock it regardless of the side. Sentinels straight through B main as a response. They take space. The right point of contact. Big swing, but it's expected. They were ready for that. And now there's a paranoia in response. Shock dart up close. Zekin barely makes it out. Luckily, he's quick on his feet, but Narrate can't quite get out to meet him. They need to take this battle at least until Narrate falls. Then Zekin has the choice to fall back, but he goes back in for another bite. In fact, once more. And that could be the big mistake. An overheat with Patman dropping him. We're back to a 2v2. Decent damage done.
Putting on the heater to try and catch up that little bit more. It will be the afterplant for Paper X.
Nice open plan too. You have to worry about everything here over towards elbow. And for the re-clear from Zelsis, you know, he's the one that has the pressure, has to clear a 50-50 angle. Steps made, they've heard him. They won't be giving him the chance to take him down for free. Hiding from the camera too. There's the shot from Patman. They know where one is. They haven't got the info in the second, and now they do, but look how quickly it crumbles. The round win for Paper X.
Not really taking any damage in the previous round. It means they'll have rifles alongside a singular stinger.
Scanning ahead.
In terms of the ults, nobody particularly close to Mozek, and this time is going to have a decent read. Okay, they're going to try and push us. They're going to try and disrespect us.
A little bit of information on the A-Wrap. Doesn't mean someone has to keep holding it. Those players in market are always at risk of being wrapped. At least what we can see, that's not going to be the case. Paper X running into a 3-man stack up. It's a direct approach, and what Second is easily dealing with. We already mentioned one player on the board for Sentinels, similar to the last map, but not much has changed. The rate might be about to add one to the tally. I say Forsaken drops it, but the 1v4 is not to be.
Yeah, it's not going to be the ace this time, but that's exactly what you want to see from someone like Zekken. They will be able to get another purchase. That was their bonus round. But the fact that Sen kept it relatively clean is a good sign.
Oh, they felt out the space. Trap seen, and it's Zekken caught on the rotation.
Not the guy you want to lose.
He did exactly the same in the previous round, that pathing. I'm not even sure Paper X read into it. Just right place, right time, and a good shot onto John QT. Your breach is down, your B side a bit more vulnerable, and the A side push-up is a response. Sentinels want some space, but they hear them come back. The drone goes in, the right swings wide, but he's only good for one bang. It could be a surprise as he goes deep, but he is not getting anything for his trouble, nor is anyone else on Sentinels. That,
well, it seems like, at least for the side of Sentinels, now can be going into the danger, man. Second, though, it is the dive across from Jing. He sells his life to give them the opener. Now a plant here, but guess what? It would bring him right back.
Spike planted.
Secured, but the wall's broken. Someone has to be holding that.
You will not kill my ally.
You got to expect the swing to come through.
Where are you?
Got to expect that spray on the body, but they don't get him. They're blocked out of any real control there. Okay, he's right back in play. Man advantage extends even further. TP through the smoke. Getting aggressive is Forsaken as John QT tries his best. Bang has an idea, but he didn't know that Forsaken slipped past him with that shrouded step, and that secures the round. Now or probably never. B-side already overrun. Spike hasn't gone with, so players still need to cross. Full mid control for Sentinels as well. They're playing this one slow. Shouldn't see an overcommit towards that B side. They know that it has to be the retake. They've cleared out so much space. Patman is the danger man. Hunter's Fury. That's going to delay them. That's going to send them back towards mid. It's going to allow Patman to come behind, but he loses the fight. He didn't expect them to still be so deep in towards tiles. That is a lifeline for Sentinels, avoiding that backstab. And look at Paper X. They push spawn, and they're wrapping Divide back around. They shouldn't expect the second flanker. It's all down to timing, but they've closed the door.
Last player standing.
The problem now is just the time. Divide, the spike is somewhat planted for him, and they don't have a clue where he is, but he's already being diffused under the smoke. The player's low, but he hasn't managed to land the shots. They are just sticking it under his nose. There was too much to be had in this round, and it's Bang to be the hero.
The way Paper X played that was really nice. They don't have the information, and so they adjust. They go Hunter's Fury, they go pushing through mid. It almost set them up for a round win, but it's given Sentinels a foot in the door, and Bang is closing it shut on Paper X in this round. A double opener, and the attackers left in a 2 versus 5. At this point, especially look at the control that they've lost with Zekken pushed up alongside Zelsis. There's a Hail Mary jump past this smoke, and okay, something. He's got 3 now. This is getting a little bit concerning. Zekken should have him. He's seen the barrel. It's an easy closer. That did get a little bit scary.
Yeah, something's definitely been on today, but that Hunter's Fury not far off. This is still a dangerous place for Sentinels to be.
Oh, it just got a little worse. Narrate down. It's not your mid control completely gone. Still a trap and still 2 players around that angle, but the A side is...
Because you're basically allowing them to be in a position where they have so much of this backside control. Getting into this corner is going to be difficult, and even leaves a little gap for Patman to hide in. They're delayed getting back into the site as well because of that Sage Wall used to slow them down, and guess what? There's extra slows as well to try and use. Zekka's going to try and get ahead of it, but he fails miserably.
He stuns one and thinks that can be the difference maker, but Devi was there to cover. These players outside the pit taking the fights, using Patman as a fallback. And I think that same word just uttered within the Sentinels comms. They're trying to fall back, but they're being boxed in by something. Bang is stuck in a corner with nowhere to run, flanked out on both sides. And these weapons, they attempted to save. And although Zelsys will get one, although he'll get two, he's got players in the spawn. He needs to run far and fast. Then here he's left with the responsibility as John QT goes back to spawn to clear elbow and deal with Jing's push up second.
Okay.
That's what they needed. A double opener, the spike in their possession as well. Forsaken used his ult in the previous, so no easy way to pick that back. But even as they go to deal with that problem, Patman is looking to create more issues for Sentinels pushing up through middle. Luckily, Zelsys is there to wait for it. And it looks like at least 4 on the board at the halftime for Sentinels. A chance to bring this down to a gap of just 2 and a decent recovery on what could be a much more dominant half.
You know, when they played versus DRX, their attack side was fantastic. With someone like Zekken online, you put this man into position, you at least have yourself a chance. Forsaken is trying to bait out some of the angles here. Of course, they have the finances to throw everything into the wind, but finally, coming towards the end of the half, we're going to see Sentinels have themselves a cleaner round. Now a 7-5.
3 big ultimates to play from. Spike drop. Play with. It will be the spike given to him to ensure that's the case. This will be a very difficult retake for Sentinels. They have the Rolling Thunder.
Showstopper actually going to be used early, and that now makes this a little bit tougher through the Rolling Thunder. They go, and actually the Showstopper doesn't land. A good opportunity here, walled off. Divide just looking to keep himself safe at the back, but he's been caught by Narrate, giving them a man advantage, but still lots to deal with. The snake bite should buy them a little bit of extra time. They can't get that defusal in just yet, and that will mean the smoke has faded. A shot from Patman, but it's left all onto something once again. The first goes his way. John QT has to let go, and he will not be able to. This time only 2 to deal with, and something does just that. Send themselves through to the semi-finals. More importantly, crush the key of set. But a good start. Zekken on the attack. This is the man we're watching.
The man to watch most definitely. He's already got 2. He's living up to what was promised. The shock dart doesn't even get fired away. And a bit of damage onto Zelsys can be overlooked as Patman is all alone. They know he's coming, and he'll only get the 1. A pistol round that was necessary for Sentinels to start this climb back.
A lot of the time, aggress alongside it. That mid-push already coming in from Jing. It's something I mentioned, and I like the pacey hit being attempted, but Zekken already going down. Definitely not the start they were looking for.
Okay, Narrate does very well here. If they win this low-buy round, you really start to believe. Bang with a double as well. And now Sentinels only have to deal with Patman, but he's isolated 1, and the wall lets him know where the other player's coming from. The steps heard, and it's Zelsys on the other side. Patman strikes first, and PaperX win the round ultimately, but a great sign from Sentinels yet again with huge damage dealt.
Sen right back on the horse.
Yes, this is where they can bounce right back. They left it down to 1 player. Looking at this half in isolation, that's where you start to believe in Sentinels! Zekken! He's got himself 2, and Patman's dealt with as well. This is perfect. Divide being alive with a res could have been disastrous. Jing. Oh, that nade's done damage. The Showstopper fired in, gets Zekken. He's the last man standing, but he will be dropped by Narrate, and Sentinels, the gap to 2 again. The rifle round going their way. The low by very nearly.
Now walking up. The charge being led. Patman under serious pressure. We'll just be looking to try and survive at the back of this site. He's dealt with the danger man and goes looking for a little bit more. Already dealt with a Forsaken, just trying to make sure he stays alive here, which he will. Now has the support of the rest of the squad.
Nade's dangerous. John QT is going to be in a bit of trouble. Has to step forward, but the smoke goes down in time. Forsaken dropped. Shock dart. The spams chasing Bang down. As he eventually falls, the numbers are even. But Sentinels know there's a lot of numbers towards the spawn. They have 2 eyes watching it, locked in on that position with Zelsys covering for this market wraparound. It's a good job too, because something is about to challenge. Clear the close corner, but he won't land his shot. And it's all Sentinels in the kill feed. 9-9, tied up, and the problems that we saw in that first map. It has been a hard-fought battle so far, The problem here for Sentinels, if they do go for a B split, it looks like just pressure on top mid. Yeah, they're going through market. So many pistols here. The slow sends them the other way. They go deep into spawn. Jing lands one. Nade goes through, stops them following up on that flash. But look at the space taken towards this A site. The spike now on its way to join them. Forsaken not able to hold with the classic, and they've avoided the main danger, which was if going through that market.
It seems like Forsaken was completely unaware of how much ground had been lost in a raid. He's tagged. That will be a gun, another for something as well. This is starting to fall apart. 3 rifles now in the hand, a Hunter's Fury as well. John QT, if he can get one, that's a Rolling Thunder, and it might just save them, but instead, Aftershock will be the start. Stun thrown in, but Jing has already gone flying past it, and that's banged down as well. It's now on to the IGL. They were looking for a chance to take the lead, but PaperX won't let them. That Rolling Thunder was used into the showstopper. I'm sure Jing didn't hit it last time, but you'd somewhat bet on him to hit it. The next, the walk up from Bang has just been caught. Patman playing outside the site this time, a switch up of positions and a nasty surprise.
Jing playing towards the sponge. Because of the ultimates they have, the retake will be strong. Patman, 5v4. I see him going aggressive. I see him walking up to the wall. I get worried, but oh, the slide in catches him off guard. Hunter's Fury almost taking second down, but he dodges the blast. He won't dodge the shots from Jing as the site not quite overrun. Rolling Thunder not followed up on, but they've evened up the numbers at least. Showstopper now comes in, and it's fired onto Zelsis, leaving John QT alone. He'll be sent to join his team in the afterlife, 11-9. PaperX, they were caught up on.
From sending Sen home, crushing their key. They are not out just yet. They still have the weapons to play with, and Zakin, he's just not missing a beat. Another opening for him.
Devi really wanted that kill once he heard someone stepping on his ice. But look at the A side. Again, PaperX have the right reads. They've got players, boots on the ground where they need them. Sentinels have a choice to go back, but with no control, not even a trip on the other side of the map, and tiles locked down, as we can see, for Forsaken. They're going to have to run into this, not knowing
Paranoia.
the stack that's in play. Paranoia is good. Jing lands one, Cage goes up, but it doesn't give them the protection that they need. Jing's on the edge of that as Patman spams. Jing steps through, and Sentinels crumble under PaperX's grasp.
The worry might have diminished, and they're doing it again. We know all about this wall up. Bear in mind, Jing is stunned, and actually it's predicted. We've seen this one clipped so many times, but that was only the first piece of the puzzle. 2 traded. Sentinels still stand. They have got to be careful. They are being pushed from every single orifice, and even when a player is low HP, something's first bullet accuracy has been insane. Even still, they are still limping on.
This is a nasty angle.
Mid.
He was top mid 10, 20 seconds ago. Now behind the box in B main. That's a huge risk with low HP to go pushing in. But the reward here, it could be the round, the game, and Sentinels sent home. They're trying to clear everything, but they don't check it. Something 4-piece to send Sentinels out. PaperX not here for a map or a series. They're looking for back-to-back international titles.
Again, you can go up and down that scoreboard here for PaperX and pick someone out, something with a decisive moment. Jing having a huge pop-off, and although Sentinels finally got something going, we see Zekin awaken after his sleepy map #1.